Уебок. Ты охуел на моем районе стать? Ты че, бля, мразь, нахуй ебаный, бля?
Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Millennial Smark, and I'm bringing you the slop, the whole slop, and nothing but the slop. I just want to make sure I can get this in because I'm going to be really busy tomorrow at work, and I just want to make sure I cover this story because this is getting unbelievable right now. What the fuck is going on in WWE? I heard about Valhalla and her contract situation. I know she's leaving WWE currently at the moment. I know the stuff that's going on with Gunther and, you know, him removing the WWE mentions out of his profile. I feel his situation is maybe a little bit different because I could have sworn I heard his contract got renegotiated a couple of months ago. But we'll touch on that in a little bit. Obviously, you guys are aware of Carlito. Obviously, the biggest news is R-Truth. But the Miz? The Miz? Link is down in the description box below. Okay. The Miz shockingly removes all WWE mention. Sparks exit rumors. Excuse me. The Miz has inexplicably removed all mention of WWE from his X and Twitter bio. This has led to some major exit rumors for the legend. Mike MIZ, who has been with the WWE for over 2 decades, has now sparked exit rumors after a surprising move. The star's contract with the promotion is reportedly coming to an end sometime this year. However, after the release of his friend and former tag team partner R-Truth, the Grand Slam champion has pulled off a shocking move. For those unaware, R-Truth recently announced that his contract with World Wrestling Entertainment was set to not be renewed, and he was set to leave the company after years of loyal service. The Miz has now removed all mentions of WWE from his X Twitter bio. His bio now only promotes his Peacock show, Miz and Mrs., but does not mention his employers at all. This has now led to speculation that he could be the latest in a long list of superstars to have been let go by the promotion in the last month or so. The latest to have been let go are, as I mentioned before, R-Truth, Carlito, and Valhalla. And yeah, I'm looking at this post right here. He doesn't promote anything. I mean, he's still using his Miz name. So, I mean, there's that. But, yeah, I see nothing as far as mentions from WWE. It's literally just him promoting his Miz and Mrs. show, which is shocking also. I didn't even know that show was still going on. He did leave a message for R-Truth on his Twitter account saying, "Forming Awesome Truth with you was one of the best friends of my career. No one made me laugh harder. Your energy, heart, and smile lit up every room in every arena. You're not one of a kind. You're one in a lifetime. Love you, Truth. Keep shining." Now, be careful when you approach this. Even with the circumstantial evidence that we currently see at the moment with R-Truth leaving and the contracts that are now expiring, just be careful because all the mentions missing from Miz's, I'll say that 5 times fast, it could be something related to R-Truth. It could be. It could be that the Miz is pissed off. Oh, by the way, for all the people who said this was a work, R-Truth wasn't on Raw tonight. Huh? Crickets? I think we hear crickets in the back room. Huh? Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Okay, continuing on, like I was saying though, this could have something to do with R-Truth. It very well could. You know, this can all be linked to the fact that the Miz could be pissed off that one of his good friends got released from WWE. But that doesn't dismiss the fact that, A, it seems like they're starting to cut a lot of dead weight. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say that, you know, the Miz is dead weight in the sense that he has nothing to offer to WWE. I feel like I'm jinxing everybody right now too. Is it me or am I like fucking jinxing everybody? I just said that R-Truth, he can't be cut. No, he's not. He's never gonna be cut. He's not cut worthy. None of that stuff. Okay, this dude, he's a part of the WWE family. He's a lifer. Nothing's ever gonna happen. And then 2 days later, motherfucker gets released. Then I put out a fucking community post earlier this morning talking about the Miz being with the company for nearly 20 years and saying all he has to do is survive And now this is being brought up right now as if he's gonna be released. Like, bro, I'm a fucking jinx, bro. I need to stop mentioning wrestlers. I just gotta stop doing it, bro. I'm fucking jinxing everybody, man. I promise you. I have nothing to do with that at all. I promise you. As a matter of fact, let me see. Let me see the recent comments on this one right here. Let me see. Did I piss off anybody? Triple H will fire him next. Hunter will read this and fire him next week. Guys, like, bro, yeah, bro. Alright, I'm jinxing every fucking body right now. No more mentioning wrestlers for me, bro. No more mentioning wrestlers. But on a serious note, like, we're going to entertain the thought that this could just be the fact that they told Miz that they weren't going to renew his contract. Miz is, you know, for the most part, a pretty private person. You don't really see him as goofy as he is on television. You don't really see him outwardly like that on social media, right? He's a pretty quiet person. And it is kind of weird, you know, that he would just, especially being such a company guy, that Miz would just take all that stuff out. And then to be fair, now that I think about it too, that Miz handle, that I'm not sure if WWE owns it, but Miz was going by that name when he was on the Real World also. I mean, for some of you people who are fucking young as shit and showing my age here, when he was on the Real World back in the days, like in, like, what was this, like 2001? When I used to watch the Real World with my mom? Because I knew Miz way before his WWE days. I remember watching him on the Real World when he was a piece of shit there. Damn, would that have been like 2001 or 2000? Damn, I was like probably 9 or 10 at the time. Probably like 01, maybe 2000. But he was calling himself the Miz at that time too. Fun fact too, David Otunga, he was on I Love New York. He was called Punk. If you guys ever, I was watching all those reality shows back in the days. I Love New York, all that shit. David Otunga was on that shit too. Yeah, I knew him long before WWE also. He actually shot me when he popped up on. I'm like, look, yo, it's Punk. Yeah, he actually called himself Punk. Dead ass. Well, New York called him Punk. But still though, back to the story. I'm getting lost in the sauce here. I think he owns that handle, The Miz, right? Maybe WWE, he might co-own it, but he was calling himself The Miz before he showed up to WWE. So I'm not sure if that's his or not. Nevertheless, though, I guess that doesn't necessarily lead credence in regards to him still being cool with WWE if there's any shred of connection to WWE. Because again, that's his name. Or at least that's the name that he came up with, right? He was trying to mimic The Rock, if I remember correctly, when I watched him talk about this on the fucking Real World. But if you are pushing to release The Miz, just like you already push to release R-Truth, I'm not understanding what your approach is. I'm not understanding the approach. Because in my opinion, I would like to believe that, again, and I talked about this when they released R-Truth, Jim Ross used to have a saying. When he hired guys, he wanted to hire people who can keep a locker room at bay. When he hires guys, he wants to make sure to put people in the locker room who can have control. The Miz has been there since the Ruthless Aggression era. And to be quite frank, he busted his ass. You know, you get all these comments about The Miz being soft and all this other kind of shit. No, he's not soft. He's fucking smart. He's smart. Smart. He works smart. Like, because he doesn't do your 450s through fucking tables with flames underneath it and thumbtacks on top of it with fucking coronavirus and HIV and gonorrhea on top of thumbnails for a fucking chili dog, maybe with mustard and maybe with onions. You gotta do another flip to get some onions. Doesn't mean that he's not a good worker. He's an excellent worker. Case in point, as I noted this morning when I completely jinxed him, Buddy's been doing this for nearly 20 years and has only had one serious injury back in 2020, and it was recent too. I think he fucked up his ACL. And look how much work he's put in. Look how much of a joke Miz has been reduced to after doing what he did in order to make it into this position. We're talking about a guy when he first came, you know, being kicked out of locker rooms by Chris Benoit, being bullied, essentially. Having to have The Undertaker pull him to the side and say, you're good to come back into the locker room. From a joke getting kicked out of the fucking locker room nearly 20 years ago to, from what I can tell, being a locker room leader. You can't do what Miz has done without grit. You can't do what Miz has done without any capabilities of leadership and something to offer. Look, if Triple H wants to save a pretty penny, because I think the Miz he has a pretty large contract. I think his is over $1 million. Either it's $1 million or it's over $1 million. So I know he has a pretty hefty contract compared to R-Truth, which makes R-Truth's departure even more like fucking like why. But I at least understand to a lesser degree Miz, right? Now, granted, you know, his credentials and his name value, I feel like you could probably use that to the benefit of your company at the moment. You know, especially him as a personality, him on the microphone, him as a character, him as a tenured veteran, a person who has long established himself as a name in your company. I think you can do better as far as using him rather than just outright saying, because like the thing is that I'm not understanding it. Let's just hypothetically say for all you people who are happy that the Miz is going and all this other kind of shit, like if your argument is that Triple H is preparing for the future, right? I got two questions to ask you. One, who is replacing the Miz? Like, I'm looking at all these superstars. Who has the charisma? Who has the longevity? Who has the name value of the Miz that you're replacing him with? That's one. And two, if you keep getting rid of all these tenured superstars, right? Then who the fuck is going to be the ones to actually help these kids when they come up to the main roster learn how to work? Or do you care about learning how to work Triple H, or is it all about bumping for 5 stars? I mean, more and more he's becoming more and more like Tony Khan each and every fucking day. And I find it very ironic too that he's going after all these veterans. Wasn't that his main gripe with Vince McMahon when he got rid of all his tenured superstars who were in NXT? Right, that was his deal, right? When he got rid of William Regal, when he got rid of Samoa Joe, when he got rid of all these top people, when he was, you know, taking out all these people or trying to offer them positions that Triple H felt didn't really fit them all too well, like Adam Cole being, you know, Keith Lee's fucking manager or whatever. My understanding was Triple H was pissed off because he felt like, okay, if you keep getting rid of all of these talents who are having these great matches with these superstars that you're trying to build up in order to make names on the main roster, then who the fuck is going to teach them how to actually fucking work? Which I agree with. But you're seeing working in one criteria. I just answered my own question. See, it has nothing to do with tenure, and it has everything to do with more bullshit work rate. It's making all the sense in the world to me now. The difference between your tenured superstars, Triple H, that you were trying to save in NXT when Vince McMahon was taking them out left and right and everybody had your back, the same mentality that you're now currently using at the moment. The difference is, because that's why you're not releasing, say for an example, a DIY who have nothing to fucking offer. I love me some Motor City Machine Guns circa 2010, but it's not as if they're popping the fucking world right now also, and you just hired them a couple of months ago. Why? I don't fucking know. And you hired them directly to the main roster. Look, I love Motor City Machine Guns, but we're being realistic here. You hired the Motor City Machine Guns directly to the main roster as if they have anything to fucking offer. You know, you bring in all these names, and I get that you're trying to create a new generation, but at the same time, are you? Are you? No, you're not. It's all about work rate when it comes to Triple H. It's all about work rate. Now, there may be an anomaly when it comes to a Jey Uso, for an example, but that's the same mentality as Vince McMahon. I created them, so I want to keep them. He's no different than Vince. The only difference is Vince actually requires you to have a character and some star value, and Triple H just cares about the Meltzer system. That's what it seems like in the end of the day, right? That's the difference between what Triple H is doing versus what Vince McMahon is doing right now at the moment. It's wild that you're going to put all these talents on the chopping block and not even have a legitimate reason. You keep saying cost cutting and all this other kind of shit, But like, you're still hiring superstars and you're still bringing people on the roster who I gotta, like, okay, let's say the Motor City Machine Guns, for an example, right? Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. I guarantee you them being brought up to the main roster, I could be mistaken, but I think the starting cost is like around $150,000 for the main roster. It might go up, but I heard the average is actually $300,000. I'm gonna bank on the fact that Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin are $300,000 apiece. I'm willing to bank on that. I'm willing to put my life on that. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, their contracts is $300,000 apiece. From my understanding, that's more than R-Truth's. R-Truth's was just 100. His contract, from my understanding, was $550,000. And I can tell you right now, Motor City Machine Guns ain't doing what R-Truth was doing. They ain't the name value that R-Truth was. They ain't the name value of Miz is. You're gonna get rid of all these people, that you have to have a plan, bro. You have to have a reason before just doing all this shit for the sake of doing it. Like, never mind the fact that you're pissing off your locker room by consistently doing this ridiculous shit, but at the same time also, like, I just on a logical level, I don't know where you're going with this. Like, you're rotating superstars out. Okay, good. Look, let me say this one more time. It's not as if, and I like The Miz, but with R-Truth, for an example, it's not as if I necessarily give a shit. I'm just questioning the logic in all this. You can do that. You know that, right, folks? I'm just questioning the logic, and I'm trying to understand where's the path and what are you trying to do and what is the goal. To be getting rid of all these superstars, and it doesn't really seem like you have anybody in place. Just because you're bringing up superstars from NXT doesn't mean they automatically get over right away. It almost seems as if you're just trying to rid yourself of the whole era that Vince McMahon cultivated, and you're trying to establish your NXT guys and their dominance right now at the moment. Remember, almost everybody currently on the main roster in some shape or form was under Triple H. They were under Triple H. Notice all the releases that you've been seeing from NXT, that's all Shawn Michaels guys. All the people that you're currently seeing at the moment right now getting released, either they mean absolutely fucking nothing, and you can justify it like a Valhalla. Who the fuck cares about a Valhalla? But Miz and Truth, those are Vince guys. Those are Vince guys. You want to establish your own era. I'm all Gucci with that. Again, I just want to see a plan before you actually just go out of your way getting rid of so many superstars. Whether or not they're beloved, at the very least, they're proven commodities. And if your plan is to get rid of The Miz, you got some splaining to do. And by that, I need to see what you're going to do to replace The Miz. The Miz isn't doing anything right now. The Miz is, this, that, and the third. Okay, two things. Once again, you're not focusing on the backstage morale. But even from your own entertainment perspective, you believe all this, yada, 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 this, yada, 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 that. Okay, I can tell you right now, The Miz, as far as what he's doing right now, is because he's booked like that at the moment. You give Miz something to sink his teeth into, I guarantee you he will get him over more than whatever your fucking shitty indie wrestlers are currently doing right now at the moment. But I get it. Triple H just wants to bring in more guys to replace people like Miz, people like R-Truth, actual gimmicks, people who can actually, actually tell a story, in order to focus more on the in-ring shit, cultivate that, and make a business plan out of that, because that's what it seems like in the end of the day. Again, the more and more I look at it, the more and more this man is turning into a fucking Tony Khan, if not already there, if not already doing it before he was even establishing himself, or we're now just starting to realize it, or maybe I'm just starting to realize it. But let me hear your thoughts down in the comment section below in regards to how you feel about the topic. If Miz is legitimately gone, if he is actually fucking gone, how do you feel about that? Are you okay with that? What do you feel that they could have done? I think he could have been a backstage producer, to be quite frank. I think he could have been a coach. I think, honestly, the superstars respect him in that manner. He could have been in the same position that Dusty Rhodes was in when he was teaching some of those promo classes. Because Lord knows 95% of your new talent fucking need it at the moment. I just don't understand getting rid of a commodity like The Miz and pretending as if, and I guess allegedly, because we don't know at the moment. I just don't understand if that is the push that you're going towards. Like, what's the benefit out of that? what's the benefit? And who are you going to use to replace him with? I don't get it. But like I said, some people may, and they might want to discuss it. So I'll let you guys talk about it amongst each other in the comment section below. As always, my name is Devontae, aka Millennial Smart, and I'm taking my black ass to bed. Deuces and a pea ice.